There is a quiet, luminous strength within every woman, a profound potential to transform her own life and illuminate the world around her. Sometimes, this reservoir of power might lie dormant, buried under the weight of expectations, heartaches, or everyday responsibilities. But the capacity for freedom and love has always been in your possession, waiting for you to reclaim it. Today, we open the door to that inner strength, allowing it to breathe and expand, so you may walk a path of true liberation and self-embrace. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to forget just how influential our thoughts can be. Many times, we accept limiting beliefs without realizing it, turning them into personal truths that hold us back from fulfilling our unique potential. And yet, the moment you decide to shift your thinking, infusing it with kindness, possibility, and self-compassion, you plant the seeds for extraordinary change. Each breath becomes an invitation to see yourself anew, to treat yourself as worthy of all the love and freedom you desire. Throughout this video, we'll explore gentle yet powerful practices to awaken your inner strength. We'll talk about using affirmations, positive statements that, when repeated with sincerity, can reshape how you view yourself and your place in the world. We'll delve into the immense importance of self-love, the release of old emotional burdens, and the harmonious dance between mind and body. We'll also discuss mirror work, a method of speaking affirmations directly to your reflection, as well as the necessity of setting clear boundaries. Finally, we'll consider the profound influence of sisterhood, being part of a supportive circle that honors your growth and aspirations. As you listen, I invite you to breathe deeply and sense the possibilities that lie within you. Notice any flicker of hope or curiosity that arises, and let it guide you further. True transformation isn't about never stumbling. It's about choosing to stand back up, reaffirming your worth each time life tests your resolve. You needn't wait for external validation or a perfect moment. The perfect moment, in truth, is whenever you decide you're ready to cultivate a new narrative. One where you honor your strengths, extend kindness to your vulnerabilities, and march forward knowing you have everything you need within your own heart. So let's embark on this journey of empowerment. We begin with an exploration of affirmations, simple, daily statements that act as a foundation for building trust in your own power. Perhaps you've tried them before, or maybe this concept is new to you. Either way, there's something undeniably potent about choosing your words carefully and repeating them until they become a part of your everyday mindset. Let's take that first step by discovering how affirmations can help you redirect your inner dialogue from doubt to faith, from hesitation to confidence. Have you ever caught yourself repeating the same negative thought over and over until it felt like an unchangeable fact? That's the subtle yet immense influence of the mind. Thankfully, the same power that binds us in limiting beliefs can also liberate us. Affirmations are a direct key to this liberation. By purposely choosing and repeating uplifting statements, you can gradually replace old doubts with a renewed sense of faith in yourself. Let's consider a fundamental affirmation to begin your journey. I trust the strength within me, and I choose to see my worth every day. These words might feel awkward or untrue at first, especially if you're used to criticizing yourself or expecting to fall short. But that initial discomfort merely signals you're stepping outside your habitual mindset. Each time you affirm these words, imagine them sinking into your subconscious like seeds in fertile soil. To amplify the effect, pair your affirmations with moments of calm. Perhaps each morning, before checking your phone or diving into your tasks, you close your eyes and breathe slowly for a minute. Then, speak your chosen affirmation out loud or silently. Let yourself feel the statement's warmth, as though you're consoling and encouraging a dear friend. Over time, these repeated messages carve new pathways in your mind, pathways lined with self-respect, resilience, and compassion. It helps to maintain a small notebook or digital note on your phone with your favorite affirmations. Whenever you sense anxious thoughts creeping in, maybe you're about to give a presentation or you're struggling with a relationship, take a moment to read or repeat them. Doing so trains your brain to swap out harmful loops of "I'm not good enough" with heartfelt reminders of your capability and potential. Affirmations can also address specific goals or issues. If you're seeking healing from past hurts, try something like, "I release old pain and welcome the peace I deserve." If you're aiming to grow in confidence at work or school, "I stand confident in my abilities and I welcome new opportunities." The more personalized and relevant your affirmations, the more they resonate. Think of this practice as slowly rewriting the script of your life. Each line you reaffirm is a gentle push toward a more empowered narrative. And if fear whispers, "This won't work," respond with kindness. "I understand fear, but I choose love anyway." The goal isn't to banish doubt altogether, but to offer an alternative voice, one that steadies you rather than undermines you. As you continue repeating affirmations, you may notice subtle yet significant changes. Your posture becomes more open, you speak up a bit more readily, or you feel a little lighter even when facing adversity. These shifts become the proof that your inner strength is real, not just wishful thinking. Next, we'll delve into another foundational aspect, the profound practice of self-love, which transforms how we see ourselves and how we let others see us. Self-love is often spoken of, but how many of us truly live it on a daily basis? We might say we accept ourselves in theory, yet still battle that inner critic telling us we're not smart enough, not attractive enough, not successful enough. Genuine self-love goes beyond fleeting self-care rituals. It's a radical stance of embracing every piece of ourselves, even the parts we label as flaws. At its core, self-love says, "I am enough right now, exactly as I am." It doesn't mean ignoring growth or improvement. Rather, it recognizes that you're worthy of respect, kindness, and compassion in each phase of your journey. When self-love forms the bedrock of your mindset, you become more resilient. You're less likely to be derailed by others' criticisms or by your own missteps. Instead, you approach challenges with a steady belief that you deserve goodness and are capable of creating it. A simple way to nurture self-love is through daily, "I appreciate" statements. Each day, jot down at least one thing you value about yourself. It could be as small as handling a difficult situation with patience, or as broad as your sense of humor. Over time, these acknowledgments add up, counteracting the bias of the mind to dwell on perceived shortcomings. You might also adopt an affirmation of self-love, such as, "I welcome myself with open arms, knowing I am worthy of infinite love." Speak it in the mirror or in your heart whenever self-doubt flares. Pair that with small acts of kindness toward yourself. like preparing a nourishing meal, taking a calming walk, or setting aside time to read a book that uplifts your spirit. Each act reinforces the message that you are deserving of care and affection, no matter what else is happening in your life. Remember that self-love is a practice, not a destination. Even the most compassionate people experience moments of self-judgment. If you catch yourself slipping into harshness, respond as you would to a friend who's being too hard on themselves. Gently remind yourself of your inherent worth. Over time, this mindful approach rewires the critical voice, softening it into a supportive ally. A vital aspect of self-love is learning to say no when necessary, or to step back from relationships that consistently undermine your well-being. If a person or situation repeatedly drains your sense of self, see it as a signal to invest in boundaries that uphold your worth. Far from being selfish, such boundaries protect your capacity to give and receive love without collapsing under exhaustion or resentment. As your commitment to self-love deepens, you may start noticing old wounds rising to the surface, past hurts and disappointments that shaped your self-image. Rather than resisting or ignoring them, invite them to be seen and healed. Because truly loving yourself means being willing to face the pain that once convinced you of your unworthiness. In our next section, we'll explore how healing these emotional wounds paves the way for enduring freedom and transformation. All of us carry stories and experiences that may have left emotional bruises, moments we felt abandoned, criticized, or misunderstood. These wounds can linger, influencing how we see ourselves and how we respond to life's challenges. It's like a hidden script running in the background, quietly dictating the limits of what we believe we can achieve or deserve. But healing is possible, and it begins with the willingness to acknowledge those buried stories. Let's say you're constantly anxious about being rejected or ridiculed. Maybe it traces back to a childhood incident when you were made fun of in school, or a time a trusted person dismissed your feelings. Facing these memories isn't about blaming or living in the past. Instead, it's about recognizing how that event shaped your self-perception, and then gently choosing to update the narrative. One way to facilitate this release is by writing a letter to your younger self, offering the compassion and understanding you didn't receive back then. You don't have to send it. The act of writing it helps you close a chapter of pain. Affirmations can also be powerful in dissolving the residue of old hurts. You might choose a statement like, "I lovingly release all past pain, creating space in my heart for peace and joy." Inhale these words, imagining them traveling to every tender spot within you. With each exhale, visualize letting go of the tension or ache that memory has caused. If tears come, let them. Tears are often the soul's way of cleansing what has long weighed it down. Another helpful method is simply sharing your story with a trusted person, be it a friend, counselor, or support group. Speaking about your experiences in a safe space often reduces their power. It transforms shame into connection. If you sense your wounds run deep, seeking professional therapy can offer structured guidance for navigating trauma or entrenched negative beliefs. Remember, choosing to heal is an act of courage, and seeking help is a testament to your strength, not a sign of weakness. As you heal, it's natural to experience waves of both relief and lingering sadness. Embrace these emotional fluctuations as part of the process. Healing doesn't happen in a straight line. It unfolds in cycles, each pass going deeper until you find yourself lighter and freer. Over time, you'll notice a shift in how you handle triggers or stressful situations. You respond more calmly because you're no longer reacting from that old place of hurt. Imagine the liberation that comes from no longer being bound by the past. It's like stepping out of an old, restrictive outfit into something that fits the person you're becoming. A woman who's rediscovering her inherent freedom and capacity for love. And once you've taken steps toward emotional wholeness, you're primed to experience a more harmonious relationship between your mind and body. Our next topic. For the patterns you carry don't just shape your thoughts, they also manifest in your physical well-being. The idea that our minds and bodies are intimately linked might seem obvious, but truly living in that awareness can spark remarkable shifts in how you care for yourself. When persistent worries haunt your thoughts, you might notice your shoulders stiffen or your stomach feels uneasy. Conversely, moving your body in a loving way, be it through gentle stretches, dance, or a calm walk, can lift your mood and quiet anxious rumination. Recognizing this feedback loop enables you to support your own healing on multiple fronts. Many individuals discover that affirmations and emotional healing techniques relieve not just mental strain, but physical symptoms as well. For instance, releasing decades-old guilt or anger can ease chronic tension in the back or neck. While it's crucial to seek appropriate medical care for physical issues, acknowledging how emotional burdens might exacerbate discomfort offers an additional layer of insight. You can supplement professional treatments with mindful practices that soothe your psyche and, in turn, your body. One simple method is to set aside a few moments each day to scan your body. Close your eyes, breathe gently, and shift your awareness from the crown of your head down to your toes. If you sense tightness or discomfort, pause and explore what emotion or thought might be lingering there. No need to force an answer, just invite gentleness. You could pair this moment with an affirmation like, "My body and mind work together in perfect harmony, and I treat both with compassion." Imagine each breath carrying solace to the tense areas, ushering in a sense of calm. Nutrition also affects how you feel emotionally. When you eat nourishing foods, you supply your brain and body with the energy needed for balance. If possible, approach meals as a loving act rather than a rushed necessity. You might say a quiet affirmation, "I fuel myself with kindness and gratitude," before taking the first bite. It's a small ritual that can transform daily eating into a moment of self-acknowledgement. Physical activity doesn't have to be strenuous to be beneficial. Even a leisurely walk while inhaling fresh air can lighten your mood. Combine it with a mantra like, "With each step I release doubt and embrace well-being." In doing so, you merge mental clarity with physical vitality, reminding yourself that you're an integrated whole, not separate parts functioning in isolation. By consciously uniting mind and body, you pave the way for deeper self-respect and freedom. You start to realize that taking a break when you're fatigued isn't indulgent. It's necessary for sustaining your energy and positivity. And when you're in touch with your physical sensations, it's easier to notice when something isn't aligned, be it a tense relationship or an overcommitted schedule, so you can make timely adjustments. With your mind-body connection attuned, you can better harness uplifting practices like mirror work, which we'll explore next. This is where affirmations meet self-reflection quite literally, showing you just how worthy and powerful you truly are in a way words alone sometimes can't convey. Mirror work may sound simple. You stand before a mirror, speak kind words, and see yourself. But in that simplicity lies transformative power. When you look directly into your own eyes and offer encouragement or affection, you're doing more than reciting lines. You're forging a new relationship with yourself, one based on respect and belief. Over time, this practice can dismantle layers of self-criticism, ushering in deeper confidence. Begin by finding a quiet moment. Stand or sit in front of a mirror, letting your gaze meet your own. Take a deep breath. You might feel strange at first or even resistant, like your mind is saying, "This feels silly." That's normal. Gently persist, because it's precisely that moment of discomfort that signals you're venturing beyond old habits. Select an affirmation that resonates with you. Perhaps, "I see a capable, loving person who deserves joy and success." Speak it clearly, and if it helps, place a hand over your heart. Notice what emotions stir. If sadness or tears emerge, allow them. These feelings can indicate a release of past hurt or negative beliefs about yourself. Offering compassion to any sadness or awkwardness is part of the healing process. Try to do this daily, even if it's only for a minute or two. Consistency helps these new messages sink in. Over time, you may find the mirror less intimidating. Instead of scrutinizing perceived flaws, you start noticing your expressions and presence as sources of warmth. This subtle shift changes how you carry yourself in public, too. When you develop a friendlier gaze toward your own reflection, you're more likely to approach the world with openness and self-assuredness. Mirror work can also be used to tackle specific goals. If you're about to take on a new challenge, like a promotion or a personal project, practice saying encouraging lines like, "I trust my abilities and I'm ready to succeed." Look yourself in the eye as you state this. Let the sincerity in your voice resonate with the person staring back. It's like giving yourself a little pep talk, anchored by your own presence. If you ever find mirror work stirring up deep emotional responses you can't manage alone, remember it's okay to seek support from friends, therapists, or community groups. The point isn't to force a grin or pretend everything's perfect. It's to cultivate honesty and love for yourself in a gentle, progressive way. Over time, you might catch glimpses of your reflection throughout the day. A passing glance in a store window or your car's rearview mirror, and find that you no longer avert your eyes or critique your looks. Instead, you offer a mild smile or a quiet affirmation. That's when you'll know this practice has begun reweaving the way you perceive your own worth and capacity. Still, true confidence also depends on protecting your newfound self-regard from draining influences. That's where the skill of setting boundaries enters the picture, ensuring you maintain the freedom and emotional space to keep flourishing. Envision your life as a spacious home. Within it, you hold treasured possessions, your energy, your emotional well-being, your time. Boundaries function like the walls and doors of this home, preventing uninvited guests or clutter from invading your sanctuary. When you choose to set clear limits on what you will accept from others and from yourself, you uphold your self-respect and preserve the environment for growth and peace. Boundaries can be as straightforward as declining an invitation when you're too tired or saying no to a favor that you simply can't fit into your schedule. They can also be more nuanced, like voicing discomfort when a friend's teasing feels belittling, or politely requesting personal space in a relationship that demands too much closeness. These actions might provoke resistance, especially if the people around you are used to you always being available or silent. Still, maintaining boundaries isn't about pushing others away. It's about caring for your own well-being so you can show up wholeheartedly for the things that truly matter. An affirmation that fortifies this mindset might be, "My needs are valid, and I respect myself by setting and maintaining healthy boundaries." Each time you sense hesitation, like worrying someone will think you're rude, remind yourself that you cannot pour from an empty cup. If you continuously stretch yourself thin to accommodate everyone else, you risk depleting the very energy needed to thrive, to love, and to pursue your passions. Pay attention to how your body reacts in situations where boundaries are tested. Maybe your stomach clenches or your heart races when someone imposes demands on you. These signs are gentle warnings that your inner home is under strain. In such moments, pause, breathe, and recall your affirmation. Then respond with clarity. A simple statement like, "I appreciate your concern, but I need to honor my limits," can draw a line without burning bridges. Occasionally, you might second-guess yourself, wondering if you're being selfish. Gently dismiss that worry by affirming, "Caring for my own well-being allows me to be more present and loving to others." In truth, people who respect you will adapt, learning that your no is just as significant as your yes. Meanwhile, relationships that can't tolerate your boundaries may not be healthy for your continued growth. As you grow more comfortable with boundary setting, you'll likely experience a strengthening of self-confidence. You realize that you're the guardian of your own life, shaping it to reflect your deepest values rather than conforming to external pressures. This newfound assurance often prompts you to seek companionship in communities that celebrate your individuality rather than ignore or undermine it. After all, the path to true freedom and love benefits greatly from a network of supportive souls who champion your every step. Next, let's turn our attention to the power of sisterhood and community in sustaining and amplifying our inner strength. Even the most determined person thrives better with companionship. We blossom more fully when we receive encouragement, feedback, and the simple warmth of shared understanding. Having a circle of individuals, friends, mentors, or a community group who truly see us, cheer us on, and respect our boundaries is invaluable on the path to freedom and self-love. This is the essence of sisterhood, a collective uplift that magnifies the boldness we cultivate within. If you feel alone in your journey, remember that connections can be forged or rekindled at any time. You might find kindred spirits in unexpected places, an online support group, a local yoga class, a volunteer program, or even among neighbors you've never really gotten to know. When you take small steps, introducing yourself, sharing an experience, or offering genuine support to another, you open doors to meaningful relationships. Affirm to yourself, "I attract and embrace kindred souls who see and celebrate my true self." Let this statement guide your approach to meeting new people, reminding you that authenticity draws in authenticity. Sisterhood extends beyond female friendships, of course. Supportive relationships can include anyone who believes in mutual respect and shared growth. The key is that these interactions spur you toward greater self-awareness and positivity, not insecurity or self-doubt. If certain connections chronically leave you feeling drained, consider whether they align with your evolving sense of worth. It may be time to lovingly step away or redefine how you interact with those individuals. When you do find your tribe, treasure it. Share your challenges openly, celebrate each other's milestones, and trade affirmations to keep everyone's momentum strong. Sometimes, hearing about someone else's triumph over a similar struggle can spark renewed hope in your own heart. Or, offering support to a friend in need can remind you of the empathy and strength that reside within you. This reciprocal exchange fosters a sense of belonging and empowerment for all involved. If vulnerability feels daunting, start with small revelations. A tiny confession of a recent challenge or an honest expression of how you're feeling today. Genuine communities respond with compassion rather than judgment, building your confidence that it's safe to reveal more of who you are. Over time, these bonds can become fortresses of emotional security, ensuring you never face storms without a hand to hold or a voice that reassures you of your capacities. Cultivating sisterhood doesn't require extensive gatherings or constant contact. Even occasional check-ins, like monthly calls, group messages, or intimate dinners, can solidify mutual support. The real magic lies in the sincerity of care and the readiness to see each other succeed. And as you continue weaving these supportive threads into your life, you'll find yourself more empowered to step into bigger dreams and bolder actions. A step we'll reinforce in our final section, summarizing all we've covered on this path to freedom and love. You've traveled a path of discovery, exploring how affirmations can reshape your self-belief, how loving yourself is the cornerstone of genuine empowerment, and how unhealed wounds can gently release their grip when faced with compassion. You've recognized the intimate dance between mind and body, understanding that caring for one inevitably benefits the other. You've learned the potential of mirror work to reprogram negative internal chatter into kindness, while also seeing the crucial role boundaries play in safeguarding your emotional sanctuary. Finally, we celebrated the power of sisterhood, a reminder that we do not walk this journey alone, unless we choose to. Take a moment to appreciate your progress. Even if you feel there's still much to work on, remember that every spark of insight, each small shift in perspective, propels you toward greater freedom and love. Real transformation is often subtle, composed of countless small decisions to honor yourself a little more each day. You may find that people sense your growing confidence and respond differently. Or you may wake up feeling lighter, more connected to the joy that arises from being fully present in your own life. Of course, your evolution doesn't end here. These tools, affirmations, self-love practices, emotional healing techniques, mirror work, boundaries, and supportive relationships are stepping stones on an ever-unfolding path. Each day offers fresh opportunities to apply what you've learned. Whenever you feel doubt creeping in, anchor yourself in the affirmations that remind you of your worth. When old pain knocks at your door, welcome it with the intention to heal rather than banish it. And if you meet new challenges, remember that your inner strength is not a finite resource. It grows each time you trust it. Above all, know that you deserve to thrive, not just survive. Your dreams, your voice, and your quiet or daring ambitions matter immensely. When you stand in your authenticity and carry yourself with love, you invite others to do the same. The world benefits from your empowered presence because each person who embraces their inner light helps illuminate the path for everyone else. Let's seal this journey with one unifying affirmation. I stand in the light of my own strength, free to love and be loved, and I honor this journey every day. Breathe in these words, letting them resonate in your heart. Picture your life blossoming in alignment with this beautiful truth. As you go forward, revisit these ideas whenever you need a boost. Practice the affirmations. Reflect on your progress in a journal. Share your breakthroughs with trusted friends, and keep adjusting your boundaries as you evolve. You have all the tools you need and the freedom to shape your destiny. May each step bring more clarity, joy, and unwavering confidence in the radiant woman you already are and continue to become.